guys, today we are going to be doing a current favorites video, which is something I don't really do very often. These aren't necessarily like new products. Some of them are quite new, other are like just things that I've kind of rediscovered, I guess you can say again lately, and that I've been using a lot. I don't like doing favorites videos because it takes a lot for me to want to call something a favorite. Usually it'll be a favorite if I've like had it for quite some time and I've gone through phases of using it, not using it, and then using it a lot again. Whereas I feel like a lot of people do favorites videos like every month, and I'm like, I couldn't do that because basically then every video would just be filled with like things that I like that's come into my collection lately, and I just feel like that's, I don't know, it's just not how I want to do favorites videos. Like for me, it's going to be about products that I absolutely love, that I've used a lot, that I know exactly how it performs, and that I feel like I'm confident enough to recommend these products to you that if you end up buying them, you're probably going to like them and you know what you're getting yourself into. It's not going to be me just having had like a first impression with these. So let's just get into the products that I've been absolutely loving lately. The first product here is a product that I kind of rediscovered, and I feel like I pull this out like every summer. I have already gone through one of these in the past, and this is a repurchase. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I mean, everybody and their mother has been probably raving about this for years, but it's such a good bronzer. It's such a good tone for my skin type. I just have the one in bronzer, so this is the, wait, this is the deep bronzer. Interesting. Really? This is the deep one? It says deep bronzer. I didn't think I had the deep one, but it just says Murmur Butter Bronzer, and then it says deep bronzer on the back. So I guess I have the deep one. That's so wrong. I really should not be having a bronzer that's in the shade deep, but I guess I do. But this is like perfect for me in the summer. I'm pretty sure I've had the light one before in the past too, but I think that this is just the one that's called bronzer. I'm so confused right now because I don't think that this is a deep bronzer. Like, look at it. That's not deep. That's not the definition of deep right there. Like, something is going on and it's wrong. But I really like this bronzer, so I'm still going to mention it even though I'm so confused right now because there's no way that this is the deep bronzer. Like, what is happening? Anyway, I've been loving this. It is what's on my face today. I do have some cream bronzer underneath, but I just find this to be the perfect tone for me in the summer. It's so beautiful. It's a little bit on the warm side, but it's leaning more neutral. I would say it's like neutral, but tiny bit warm. But I really, really enjoy this, and I just think that it is such a good formula. It's so smooth, it's so easy, it applies effortlessly. I don't have to think about this when I use it, and it's just one that I can pull out when I know I want to have a bronzer that looks good, you know? And especially, like I said, in the summer when I have a bit of a tan, a lot of the other bronzers that I have are maybe a little bit too cool tone because I do tend to lean more towards cool tone to neutral bronzers over like the very warm tone bronzers. But when I have a bit of a tan, I like bronzers that are a little bit more on the warm tone side. So this one just hits the spot perfectly because it's just like the perfect amount of warmth without it really looking too warm. I also want to talk about another bronzer, and this is one that's leaning a little bit more on the warm tone side, and this is the Natasha Denona Bronze and Glow. This is the mini. Now, I don't really ever use a highlighter because I don't like it. I don't think it looks good. I think it's too dark on me. But this bronzer shade, it's so stunning. Like, if I don't want to wear blush, I can just go in with this bronzer and like put it basically all over my cheek and use it as both, and it just works perfectly. Like, it's such a good tone for a bronzer for my skin tone. I do wish that these came in other colors, obviously, but since I have it and it works great for me, I'm still going to mention it because I think it's fantastic. I've been using this on and off quite a lot now. I don't use a lot of bronzer when I bronze. I really only bronze in this area right here. So even though it doesn't really look like I have too much of a dip in this, it's just because I don't use a lot of product when I do bronze. Like, I don't do like the whole forehead thing and like under my chin. Like, I just bronze on the sides of my face because I just find that that suits my face the best, and it's also very quick and easy, and I don't need to really like think about the placement too much because I know where I'm going to place it. So I've just been absolutely loving this, and like I said, these aren't really like new products, and I mentioned this in videos in the past before, maybe even as a favorite, I'm not sure, but I go through phases where I like use stuff a lot and then I switch it out and I use something else a lot, and then when I go back to something I'm like, now I remember how much I love that product, and that's kind of what happened to this one. I love it. And I also love this other mini from Natasha Denona. You guys have seen me use this so often in videos lately. This is the Mini Bloom Highlighting Blush. It is what's on my cheeks today. I'm gonna put on a little bit more because I'm feeling a little extra. And I just look at that color. It's such a beautiful coral blush with a little bit of luminosity to it, but it's not so shiny that it looks like you have a highlighter on your face, which I feel like some of her other kind of like shimmery blushes are. Like, I don't like my blushes to be so shimmery, but this is just like the perfect amount of shimmeriness, if that's even a word. But I'm so in love with this. And I just feel like it complements my skin tone so perfectly. It wears really well. There's nothing I don't like about this, except that I dug my brush into it and now I have like this giant little dip in the middle and it annoys me every time I open it. But I could absolutely see myself repurchasing this, and I can see myself hitting pan in this, which that says a lot because I don't have pan in anything because I'm so good at rotating what I use. But I just love this blush. It's so cute. It's so handy. It's great for just like chucking in your purse, you know, if you're actually going somewhere, which none of us are right now. But it's perfect. Like, I am going to bring this whenever I travel next, whenever I'm going anywhere next. There's no chance that I'm not going to bring this because I just love it. Another product I've been using a lot lately that a lot of you probably don't know that I have because I haven't spoken about it in a video. I just kind of bought this on a whim because I needed a new concealer and I wanted to try something new, so I ended up getting the Cover FX Power Play Concealer. I haven't really heard anybody talk about this. I used to have their foundation in the past and I liked it, but it was a little bit tricky to work with. Like, it just dried so quickly that you had to work so fast to be able to really blend it into your skin. So I don't know, I ended up not really reaching for it that often because of that, but it had a beautiful finish to it. It was a matte finish foundation, which I like, and that's why I thought I would like this one as well, because this is definitely a full coverage matte concealer. If you don't like that, you probably wouldn't like this. But look at the doe foot on this. Like, isn't that just so cool? It's got like a little dot on top, and I'll show you like the coverage of this. So I put on like 2 little dots here, and you can definitely see that it has quite a bit of coverage. It blends out really beautifully, and you can definitely sheer it out if you don't want that much of it. And what I like about it is that it dries down very, very nicely. I do set it still because I just always like to set my concealer, but I could probably get away with not setting this because I find that it dries down to quite a matte finish. And I've been loving this for days where I just want to do concealer. Like, that's kind of why I bought this, because I figured it would be a perfect concealer for that purpose. And I also needed a concealer that was a little bit darker now that I have a bit of a tan that we've been talking about. So I've been really liking this. I don't know why not more people talk about this, because I think this is an amazing concealer. And if you've tried this, I would love to hear how you feel about it, because I wish more people spoke about this, because I would have tried this sooner if I knew. You don't get like a ton of product in this. You get 10 milliliters, which is not really that much, but I also don't use like a ton of concealer like a lot of people do every day. So I feel like it's going to last me for a couple of months at least. So yeah, I'm really happy I ended up buying that just randomly on a whim. The next product is a very new product to my collection, but I have to mention it because I've been using it every day since I started using this, and this is the Freckle Pen by Lime Crime. You guys seem to really like when I wear this, and I just think it looks so cute. I am wearing it again today, and I can't get enough. Like, every time I get a glimpse of myself in the mirror when I have my little freckles on, I'm just like, oh, you look so cute today. And I love that feeling, and this just makes me happy, you know? Like, I'm kind of happy that I can just decide where I put the freckles myself instead of having actual freckles. So I can see why maybe some people don't like natural freckles, because you can't like decide the placement and stuff and how many you want on your face. But since I have this and I can put them on myself and put them where I want them, like, what's not to like about it, you know? Like, I don't know. I don't understand the hate for faux freckles. Like, why do people not like them? I don't get it. It's a perfect product. I love it. I have mine in the shade Amber. They do have a darker one as well if you are darker than I am. And keep in mind, I do have quite a bit of a tan now, and these still show up. So I feel like I can use this year round if I want to, even when I'm at my palest. I would say I'm probably like a light medium, leading medium in foundations right now. So just for a reference. So I guess I will talk about a foundation as well, because I ended up buying the Kat Von D, it's not Kat Von D anymore, it's KVD Vegan Beauty, whatever their name is. I just can't remember and I don't care. But this is their Portrait Foundation. I have been interested in this ever since it launched, but obviously because of Kat Von D and she was involved with the brand and I just didn't want to have anything to do with it, I never bought it. But then I saw it on sale and I was like, now would be a good time to try this out. So this is a liquid to powder foundation. It says it has a medium coverage, which I can fully agree with. And what I love about this is that it actually has a matte finish and it is a liquid to powder. It's quite a liquidy foundation. The only thing I don't like about it is this bottle. So this is one of those like shaky bottles and the foundation itself is quite liquidy, but then you only have these two little squishy bits like on the side here, and it's really awkward to like press things out so you can see like just how liquidy this is. It doesn't quite run, but it's definitely very, very liquidy. And I also found with this one that I do need to work very, very fast with this because it does dry to a matte finish. But if you can see just like how smooth my hand looks now, like that just looks, it looks flawless. It just looks so good. It is what I'm wearing today, and I've been wearing this so often. I found the wear time on this to be amazing, and I don't know, this is like the perfect kind of summer foundation for me. I love that it's not full coverage, but I like that it has enough coverage that I don't feel like I really need to go in and spot conceal after. So I've had such a good time using this, and I find myself reaching for it over and over and over again, even though I have a lot of foundations in my collection. But this one just looks great, and it also is perfect match for me right now. I would say that it probably leans a little bit light for what it claims. So I have mine in the shade medium 27. I'm never usually a solid medium in foundations. Even in the summer, if I get a medium, it tends to be a little bit too dark for me, but this one actually fits me perfectly. So I would say that if you're interested in trying this foundation, maybe go one shade darker than you normally would because it does run a little bit light, if that makes sense. So this is the medium neutral in their range, and I usually always go for foundations with a neutral undertone. I do have oily skin. I don't know if I mentioned that in this video, but that is why I like a matte coverage foundation, because at the end of the day, it never looks matte on me anyway. It looks more dewy because, you know, oils, oily skin, all that stuff. So I need a foundation with a matte finish to start my day off, because otherwise it just does not wear the full day for me. But this one hits every single point that I like in a foundation, and I would highly recommend it if you've been maybe eyeing this and thinking about it. The only downside, like I said, is the packaging. It's kind of hard to get out, but I think it's going to be fine to get most of it out anyway, as long as you just like press very hard on this thing. I think it'll be easy to get out. So the next product in my box here is a product that I've talked about in the past as well as being a favorite, but then I ran out of it and I ended up purchasing a different product, and then I haven't had this in my collection again for quite some time. So this is the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. Normally I've been using the CoverGirl one and I absolutely love that, but I find that I haven't really found the perfect color in my CoverGirl one. I've kind of been using the soft brown, and like it's fine, but it's a little dark for me. And I've also tried the honey brown, which is, it's fine as well, but it's just a little light for me. But this one I got in the shade taupe, and I find this to be the perfect color for me regardless of my hair color, which trust me, it's very hard to find because this is such a neutral undertone, but I also find it to be like the perfect intensity, if that makes sense. And the way I use this is like, how would you use a brow pen? I fill in my brows with it, okay? But I fill in my brows with it, and then I go in with my MAC Shade and Shape, and I kind of do like a little hair stroke. And what I like about this one in taupe is that it's a little bit lighter than what my MAC pencil is. So that just kind of creates more dimension in my brows. I've had some of you comment on my brows lately and saying they look really good, so thank you. I would definitely recommend these two products together. So my MAC Shade and Shape is in the shade Spiked, which is like the, I guess, neutral brown, dark brown, I guess you would call it. And I also really, really like, I wasn't going to talk about this product, but I've been using it all the time, so I guess I might as well. I've also been using the powder side on this. So first what I'll do is I'll fill in my brows with this. I know this is a lot of steps, but I'll use the pencil in this to fill in my brows with. And then on the outer portion of my brow, I'll go in with the powder side of this. If you haven't seen what that looks like, it's basically just a powder. It's like the weirdest thing ever, but once I started using it, I was like, this is kind of cool. So I just run that through my brow, and then I go in with the pencil side here, which you'll see is kind of frayed because I put it back into the cap very badly. And then, yeah, that just kind of happens to me sometimes with liquid liners and with this one. So I need to take a little scissor and like cut off that little thing there. You probably can't see it, but it's quite annoying. But I use that to kind of just like run through my brow and make little hair strokes, and I've been absolutely loving that. Another thing that I am currently wearing that is on my lips is a lip gloss from Nabla. I've been loving this. This is their Shine Theory lip gloss in the shade Dresscode. It's such a beautiful kind of mauve pink nude. It's so easy to wear. It's nice and opaque, which I love in a gloss because I don't have the best lip shape, so I like to kind of be able to just line my lips in a way that makes them look a little bit more rounded instead of like peaked up top. So I've been loving this because I can do that and not use a lip liner with this. I love opaque glosses, as you guys know. I don't know, there's nothing I don't like about this. It's not sticky, but it's like quite long wearing at the same time, and it's very comfortable. So yeah, if you haven't tried the Nabla lip glosses and you like an opaque gloss, I think you would really like this. I would say it's way less sticky than the Wet n Wild ones that I also absolutely love because those are very opaque too. But this is way less sticky and more comfortable, and I think it's great. Another lip product that I want to talk about is a product that I got in my goodie bag from the event that I went to in LA last year. This is from In Beauty Project, and I've been using this like on and off ever since I got it, but this is their, what are you called? Lip oil. That's what it's called. This is such a beautiful product. I've seen so many people rave about this. I keep forgetting to use it, but every time I do, and I've been using it a lot lately because my lips have been so dry, and it's just really comfortable and it's nice and shiny, and I love to just wear it around the house because it feels really good on your lips and it tastes delicious. Like it kind of tastes like strawberries. And also, let me show you the applicator, and like the whole experience of using this is what I like so much about it. Like, listen to this. It's just so satisfying. Oh, I just love that sound so much. I don't know what it is about it, but the doe foot is like nice and thick and just, oh, it's so yummy. Can you see that? Can you please focus? Oh, just look at that. It just feels so good going on your lips, and it's not sticky at all, and it's just, it looks really nice and juicy and plump, and it doesn't have like too much color to it, so you don't have to worry about like being precise with the application or not. And it smells delicious too. Oh, it smells like Jello. It smells like strawberry Jello. I think that's what it smells like. It smells so good. I've been loving this. Lastly, I want to talk about a new product in my collection, which you guys have seen me use so many times already, and it's already become a favorite, and this is the NYX Glitter Primer. Now, I do want to just say, because I've gotten a lot of comments being like, wait, this is a glitter primer and not a glitter glue? I didn't know they had that. Yeah, you gotta make sure you get the right one. This is the glitter primer, not the glitter glue. Personally, I don't know what the difference between the NYX ones are because I know they have both. But for me, since I have the Too Faced glitter glue, I don't know where that has gone. I feel like that's left the room somewhere. But since I have the glitter glue from Too Faced, I haven't bothered trying the one from NYX, but I can tell you that they are two completely different products, and it's so hard for me to explain what it is that's different about them. But I feel like the formula on the glitter primer is, it's way thinner, and it also just kind of dries down a little bit more than the glitter glue does, but it just makes your shadows apply so much smoother than a glitter glue would. I don't know what it is, but it just makes your shadows pop so much. I obviously haven't used it with glitter because I don't use glitter. It's just not something I'm comfortable putting on my eyes, so I don't know how it would perform with a glitter since it is a glitter primer, but it would probably work for both if you're the kind of person who like to use glitter, and it's so affordable. This is like $5. If you haven't tried this and you want to get some kind of a glitter glue or glitter primer or something for your shimmers to just pop a little bit extra, pick this up next time you make an order from Ulta or whatever it is, or maybe you go into a store. Are Ulta stores even open now? I don't think they are, but if they are, if you see this, pick it up because it is an amazing product. I will try to link all of these products down below if I can find them. I don't know if they are all available. I would imagine they would be. They probably would be, honestly. So I'll have them linked down in my description box if you do want to check them out. They are, of course, affiliate links because I do use magic links as well as reward style. So just keep that in mind. But it does help me out quite a lot if you guys shop through my links. I don't get like a ton of commission, but like anything that comes in helps. So if you do want to get any of these products, if I like talked you into getting any of these products, not that that was the intention of the video, please use my links because it does really help me out. So that's gonna be it for my current favorites. It wasn't like a ton, but these are just products that I've been loving lately and that I just really enjoy using. And like I said before, like it takes a lot for me to call something a favorite. So usually it's gone through like a few rotations of me using it before I'm comfortable putting it into a video, except for like a few products like the glitter primer and the freckle pen, because I feel like these aren't the kind of products that I need to like try for a long period of time to really know if I like them, because I use them and they're perfect. So I just don't really feel like I need more time with them to really be able to tell you how much I love them. So that's gonna be it for my current favorites. Let me know if you like these kind of videos and I'll try to do them a little bit more often, but I probably can't do them too often just because of, you know, what I just said. But thank you for watching as always. If you want to see some other favorite videos or some chatty videos, here's a few more. And if you're new, I would love it if you would consider subscribing, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.